king had 3 daughters, Kalavati, Ratnamala and Menoka. It's quite interesting. The Kalavati, in course of time, became the mother of Radharani. Ratnamala was married to King Janak, and she gave birth to, or became the mother of Sita. And Menoka got married to Himalayas and gave birth to Parvati. So, Kalavati gave birth to Radha, Ratnamala gave birth to Sita, and Menoka gave birth to Parvati. So, Suchandra and Kalavati performed great austerities, and as a result of that, Radharani appeared as their daughter. And so this is how all these personalities appeared. So, and then Krishna was born, as you all know. Krishna was born in the prison of Kamsa. Vasudeva and Devaki were imprisoned. Kamsa tried to prevent the birth. Although they were in the prison, separated in this way, but the birth couldn't have been prevented. From Vasudeva, Krishna appeared in Vasudeva's heart, and from Vasudeva's heart, Krishna went to Devaki's heart. And this is how Krishna appeared as Devaki's son. Kamsa took all kinds of precaution. Like the prison house was extremely well guarded. It was so well guarded that even a bird couldn't fly above that prison. There were huge iron gates to the prison. Thousands of sentries were guarding the prison. But when Krishna was born, Krishna had some exchange with Vasudeva and Devaki. They were afraid that this child is just born and Kamsa will come and kill him. Yet Krishna, assuming his four-armed form, assured her, don't worry. Nobody can kill me, but I'll kill Kamsa. It's only a matter of time. So, take me to Nanda Maharaj's place. His wife, Jashoda Mai, gave birth to a daughter. So you place the son and pick up the daughter and bring the daughter here. So Vasudeva picked up and Krishna transformed himself into a little baby, and Vasudeva carried. Immediately the shackles fell off. The door, the gates opened up. All the sentries fell asleep. And there was a torrential rain. And with the child on his arms, Vasudeva started to move towards Jamuna. Anantashesh appeared, spread its hood as the umbrella. Then Vasudeva came to the bank of Jamuna and saw that Jamuna is full spent. Terrible current flowing. The river is in full spent. And he was wondering, how am I going to cross this river now? And then all of a sudden he saw that one jackal, fox, is crossing the river. So he got the idea, if that can cross, I also can cross. So, following that, so this was actually Jogamaya appearing as a fox, directed Vasudeva to take Krishna across. When they came to the midstream, all of a sudden Krishna the baby slipped out of his hand, fell in the river. You can well imagine the condition of Vasudeva, and such a strong current. The river is going to, how to find the child, and he started, desperately he started to look for the child. After a long search, all of a sudden he found touch of the child in his hand. His hand touched the child. He picked up. What actually happened is, while Vasudeva was carrying Krishna, then Jamuna felt that, he came so close to me and I won't have any chance to play with him. So Jamuna made this arrangement and so this is how Krishna actually performed his wonderful pastimes. Another way to look at it is, in order to understand that, we have to understand also, when Akrura was taking Krishna back to Mathura, then he wanted to take bath in Jamuna, stopped the chariot, and he went to the river, while Krishna and Balaram were sitting on the chariot. So when he came to the river, he saw Krishna and Balaram in the river. He was surprised. They were in the boat, they were in the chariot. How come they are here? So he went back to the chariot. And he saw Krishna and Balaram sitting there. They even asked, Akrura, why are you taking so long? So then Akrura went back to the river and he saw that instead of Krishna, in place of Krishna and Balaram, now he saw in their Vaikuntha form, four-arm form, Narayan form. So the understanding is that Brajendra Nandan Krishna, who always stays in Vrindavan, he did not go to Mathura. At that point, Vasudeva Krishna and Shankarshan Balaram came and sat on the chariot. And Brajendra Nandan Krishna went back to Vrindavan. Jiva Goswami said that Krishna, the son of Nanda Maharaj, never leaves Vrindavan. Vrindavanam parittajya kutra kadapi na gacchati. Now you can see this incident, Krishna slipping out, Vasudeva Krishna then merged into Jasodanandan, Nandanandan Krishna. And this Krishna was taken to Mother Jashoda. Another understanding is Mother Jashoda gave birth to a son and a daughter. And when he brought the son, he placed him on the bed. Then Vasudeva Krishna merged into Brajendra Nandan Krishna. And in darkness, Vasudeva couldn't see. And he only saw the daughter and picked up the daughter and came back. So as soon as he came back to the prison, the shackles came to his arms and legs, bound him. And the doors closed, the iron gates closed. And as the baby cried out, all the sentries woke up. They ran to Kamsa to give the news, the child is born, child is born. And Kamsa immediately came in. But he was surprised that 8th child is supposed to be a boy. Now how come it's a girl? And Kamsa then decided, but he decided, no taking chance. Kill this. Devaki appealed to Kamsa in such a pity, such a painful, such a heartbreaking way. But Kamsa is so heartless, tried to smash the child against the stone roof, the stone floor. But the child slipped out of his hand, assumed the 8-armed Yogamaya form, and started to laugh hilariously, called Atyahasya. Kamsa, who do you think you are dealing with? Do you think you can kill me? But the one who is going to kill you is already appeared. So just your days are numbered now. He has come. And saying that, she went to Vinda mountain and she assumed different names there. And she was, this is how Durga Devi appeared. Vindavasini. And then Kamsa felt very repentant that uselessly I killed so many children. I simply tried to prevent my death and all my effort has failed. Kamsa was started to beg forgiveness from Vasudeva and Devaki. Vasudeva was so wise. He just said, Kamsa, whatever is bound to happen is going to happen. We are not the controller of our destiny. We are simply subjected to guna and karma. Prakrite kriyamanani gunai karmani sarvasha. Ahankara vimuratma karta hamiti mannate. So here we can see the nature of a true saintly personality. Vasudev literally means Suddha Sattva. Sattvang Vishuddham Vasudeva Sabditam. Vishuddha Sattva is known as Vasudev. So Vasudev is actually the person Suddha Sattva. Therefore we find his nature is so immaculate. His wisdom is so profound. So, and Devaki also joined with Vasudeva and told Kamsa not to worry. Whatever has to happen has happened. But when Kamsa went back to his friends, then they started to give him all kinds of wrong advice. Oh, she told that Krishna, that the one who would kill you is born, so kill all the children who are born. And so they started. Kamsa sent all his men. They could travel through the space, they could assume any form and display any kind of power. And they started to kill all the children. One such terrible personality was Putana. She got the news, oh, in the house of Nanda Maharaj, one son is born. So let's go and kill him. And she knew that the child will be very well protected, so she assumed a very beautiful form. 16-year-old girl, extremely beautiful. And just everybody became so enchanted by her beauty, nobody decided to question her identity or try to prevent her. Everyone was spellbound. Not only the gods, but even the inner part of the house, the relatives and other friends, they also were completely bewildered. Even Rohini and Devaki were bewildered. Putana went, this beautiful girl went, picked up the child, placed him on her lap, and offered her breast. So Krishna accepted. Jo me bhakta prajachyati. Whatever one offers with devotion, I accept. Whether it's with devotion or not, Krishna doesn't care. Okay, you wanted to offer me your breasts to kill me? Okay. But it said that Krishna closed his eyes at that time. Because Krishna is feeling bad. The first one that I have to kill happens to be a woman. So, a same kind of dilemma Lord Ramchandra also had. First one he had to kill was Taraka Rakshashi. So, that's why Krishna closed his eyes. And along with the poison from her breast, Krishna sucked her life air out. Putana screamed, and assuming her original form, which was 12 miles long, just ran. I mean, these kind of figures may sound quite surprising or even questionable. But in that respect, we have to also consider, if you tell about human beings to an ant, how will the ant conceive it? Right? So similarly, in relation to some creatures, we are like ants. We may be very advanced, but compared to our identity, there are individuals which are inconceivable. And Krishna actually made Putana run out of the city, out of that village. Because Krishna knew when her body fell, if it is in the city, many houses and many people will be crushed. So he made her run all the way to the forest, and there she fell. At that time, Nanda Maharaj actually was not there. He went to Mathura to pay tax and meet his friend Vasudeva. And Vasudeva just told him that be careful, that child that is born, protect him nicely, there can be quite a lot of calamities. And when Nanda Maharaj on his way back, when he found what actually happened, Nanda Maharaj admired Vasudeva's wisdom. Oh, Vasudeva is so wise, he has such foresight, he could anticipate that such a thing could happen. And so he prayed to the Lord and different demigods and different other that you all saved my little child. They didn't think that's the affectionate dealings. They didn't think that. Nanda Maharaj didn't think that this personality is a supreme personality of Godhead. He actually killed Putana. He felt that some divine arrangement saved my child. So this is how the first one to be killed was Putana. And when Putana left her body, her soul hovered in the space and then entered into Krishna's body. And Prabhupada mentioned that she got actually the position of the mother. Not entered into Krishna's body. She went back to Golok and got the position of the mother. So, the Bahulasha question, that she came as a demoness trying to kill Krishna, and he got the position of a mother in the spiritual world. How is it possible? So then Narad Muni told him that in her previous life, Putana was the daughter of Bali Maharaj. Her name was Ratnavali. And she when Bamandev came, and seeing Bamandev, she felt such affection for this beautiful little boy that she wished that I wish I could have him as my son. And then I would have breastfed him. But then afterwards, when she saw how this little boy, Bamandev, had deceived her father and took everything away and banished him to the Sutala Loka, she was burning with anger. And she recalled that, I wanted this one to be my son. Yes, I would have given my breast to feed, to kill him. And that's why this Putana, that Ratnavala, in the next life became Putana. And because she offered Krishna, because first he wanted to offer the Lord her breasts as the mother, and because she was killed by Krishna, she got this wonderful situation of becoming, getting the motherhood of Krishna in the spiritual world. And then the next one that Kamsa tried to Kamsa sent to kill was Shakatasura. Shakatasura came in the form of a cart. Took shelter of a cart. This cart, it so happened it was an occasion, a big festivity was going on. Krishna is now 3 months old. And on an auspicious occasion, they were celebrating this occasion. And whenever they would have celebrations, there would be festivity. Hundreds of friends and relatives would come, and there would be so much happening. And Mother Jashoda kept Krishna underneath this cart, thinking that it's a safe place. Then all of a sudden they heard a terrible sound of that practically shook the whole earth planet. They came out running, and they saw that the cart broke, and all the utensils and other things were there, heavy utensils. They all scattered. The first thought was, what happened to the baby? But nothing happened to the baby. Baby was right there in the middle of the brook, surrounded by all those pots and pans and all kinds of things. How did it happen? All of a sudden this cart was not a weak one or old one. So why all of a sudden it broke like that? Nothing happened. So the little boys who were around, they told that this little baby was throwing his feet, like the babies throw the feet. And his feet just happened to touch the cart. And the cart broke. And they started to wonder how the baby's feet could break this. Just a little touch. How could it happen? So this Shakatasura also got liberation, Sarupya Mukti, getting the same form as Krishna. So Bahulasha asked him, how come this demon who actually went to kill Krishna with an intention to kill Krishna get this benediction? Get such a good fortune. So, Sakatasura was, in his previous life, Garga Samhita is described. Sakatasura in his previous life was a demon. He was the son of Hiranyaksha. His name was Utkacha. And once, being very proud of his strength, he started to break the trees in the forest where Durvasa Muni was meditating. So due to that noise, Durvasa Muni's meditation broke. And Durvasa Muni became very angry and when he found that this demon has caused this disturbance, so he cursed him, that you rascal, so proud of your strength, so proud of your exalted position as the son of a king, so proud, okay, you become bodiless. You won't have a body. And immediately his body disappeared. Like just as a snake casts his body, Sakatasura, this Utkacha lost his body. And he became ethereal. And he is the one who actually took shelter of that cart, thinking that he would. And so, being cursed in this way, he started to lament, fell at his feet, Durvasa Muni's feet, that please forgive me. And then he said, look, when some words leave my mouth, it's bound to happen. My words will never go in vain. But in Dwapar Yuga, in Vaivashvata Manvantar, the Supreme Personality of Godhead will appear. And by getting the touch of his lotus feet, you will be delivered. So that is how Sakatasura was delivered. Then one day, Mother Krishna was on his mother's lap, and all of a sudden there was a terrible wind and storm. Mother Jashoda felt that this child is becoming so heavy, she couldn't keep the child on her lap. She felt that I can't bear this child. So she placed the child on the floor. She was thinking, Krishna actually thought that now this Trinavarta is coming. And if I am on my mother's lap, then he may do something to my mother. So to secure his mother's position, he actually became heavy, and Mother Jashoda couldn't keep him anymore, so placed him on the ground. And as you know, what happened? Trinavarta, this terrible storm, cyclone came, scattering all kinds of trina, the dry weeds and grass, with stone chips, and the whole area became completely dark due to the flying debris like that. And Trinavarta carried Krishna, little Krishna, to the great height with an intention of dropping the child and killing him. But what did Krishna do? Krishna just put his arm around his neck, just like a child, to secure his position, put his arm. And Trinavarta wanted to release the child from the grip and drop him, but he couldn't. On the other hand, the grip became harder and harder, started to squeeze him. And he couldn't breathe anymore. From a great height, he just fell, losing his life. And he fell on a piece of stone and he died. Trinavarta also got delivered by Krishna. His soul also entered into Krishna's body. So this Trinavarta, Bahulasha asked, who is Trinavarta? Actually, what actually happened in Garga Samhita, all these demons was delivered by all being killed by Krishna. So it was at one time he asked, why, how come all these demons got delivered? And so then Narad Muni started to give the descriptions. Who are these demons in their previous life? Who was Trinavarta? Trinavarta was a powerful king of Pandu Desh named Sahasraksha. And Durvasa cursed him when he was sporting with 1,000 beautiful girls. Durvasa Muni was meditating, and his meditation broke because of the noise that they were making, and he cursed that you will lose your body and you won't have any body, but you will be able to assume any form. So Trinavarta actually was that person, and he also begged forgiveness, and then Narad Muni just told him, Durvasa Muni told him that okay, in Dwapar Yuga when Krishna will appear, by his mercy you will get delivered. So this is how we can see that when these saintly sages gave curse, eventually those curse actually converted into benediction. Apparently it was a curse, but it turned out to be a benediction. Like, remember the Jamalarjun trees. I'll come to that. But before that, I just want to tell one very wonderful anecdote from Garga Samhita. Krishna now is about 5 years old. And he goes around with his friends, extremely naughty. He goes to different houses and steals butter. He would climb onto the back of other boys and then lower the butter pots that is hanging from a rafter from the ceiling. He would eat the butter along with his friends, and then when they're full, they would offer the butter to the monkeys, and when the monkeys also won't take it, when they also become full and they won't take it, he would break the pot saying that this butter is so bad that even the monkeys don't want to eat it. And then he would pinch the sleeping child of the gopi, and when the child would wake up with a shriek, then they all laughing, they would leave the place. So one day this gopi, Prabhavati, went to Mother Jashoda and complained. Look, this is what your dear Krishna does. But Mother Jashoda couldn't understand why, because all this while Krishna was with her. So she was surprised that Krishna was with me all this while. When did he go and do all that mischief? So Prabhavati said, fine, you don't believe me, yeah? I'm lying, I'm a liar. I'll show you. I'll catch him and bring him to you, and then probably you will believe what your dear child does, your sweet little boy does. So Prabhavati is waiting, and one day Krishna did come with all his friends. And he did that. The boys, one went on top of the other on the back, and then the last one was Krishna, climbed up, took the butter pot and shared it with all his friends, gave it to the monkeys, and when the monkeys also wouldn't take it, said, this is so bad, this butter is so bad, even the monkeys don't want to eat it. He smashed the pot, pinched the child, and as he was about to run out of the house laughing, the gopi was hiding behind the door, caught him. So finally I caught you. Come, I'll take you to your mother. And I'll show you that I speak only the truth and nothing but the truth. So, and Krishna said, please let me go. I promise I'll never come to your house. No, I'm not going to let you go this time. Your mother insulted me so badly. When I was telling, she wouldn't believe, as if I was lying. So I have to prove that I was telling the truth. I have to take you to your mother. Please let me go, let me go. My mother will get very upset. She will not only chastise me, most probably she'll even beat me up also. She wouldn't listen. She took Krishna on her back, on her shoulder, and walked towards Jashoda's house. So Jashoda, this time I caught him red-handed. Just to prove to you, the other day you wouldn't believe me, right? You were saying, oh, your baby was with me all the time. You wouldn't listen to all our complaints. Now I caught him. So while she was speaking like that, I approached Mother Jashoda. Mother Jashoda started to laugh. I caught him red-handed and you are laughing. So Mother Jashoda said, look who you brought. She looked up. It was her son. She was carrying. Completely embarrassed, with a heavy heart and drooping head, she started to walk towards the house. She couldn't understand what actually happened. She could hear Krishna's voice still ringing in her ears. Please let me go, please let me go. I promise I'll never come to your house. My mother will chastise me, maybe she'll even beat me up. All these words are ringing in her ears, but now she's seeing that she's carrying her own son. But she couldn't deny that. She could say it was her own son. So, when she was walking home, all of a sudden she heard Krishna is laughing. It's Krishna. Krishna, you are you embarrassed me in this way in front of your mother. And she just started to speak like that. Krishna said, I told you let me go, but you won't listen to me. I told you that I'll never come to your house to steal butter, but you won't listen to me. I gave you so many conditions, but you wouldn't listen to me. At least I had to do something to protect myself. Anyway, this time, I became your son. Next time, if you catch me and take me to my mother, I'll become your husband. So this is how Natkhat Kanhaiya performed his childhood pastimes. Iti driksha lilabhir ananda kunde shaghoshang nimajjantam akhapayantam. In this way, Krishna drowned his devotees in an ocean of ecstasy by performing his pastimes. His pastimes are meant for just giving endless pleasure to his devotees. That's why Leela Purushottam, Sri Krishna, is performing all his pastimes. Hare Krishna. Thank you all very much. Does anybody have any question? Yes.
Thank you very much for walking us through the beginning. You described the Samhita. That is little different from Srimad Bhagavatam, where demigods go to Lord Brahma, and at the Sri Sagar, the message is relayed. Here they are going to all the way to Gokul, Golok Vrindavan. So, is this describing the same, like both, like a lot of times they say they happen in different kalpas, and that's how the Puranas are describing this different incidences. So both Bhagavatam and Garga Samhita are describing the pastimes of this recent Dwapar Yuga or different kalpas.
Yeah. So, our acharyas are saying that when there are such contradictions or pastimes don't just fit in the way it has been described some other place, we have to understand this kalpa bhed. It happened in different kalpa. But this one fits in because it is not that Kshirodakshay Vishnu who incarnated. It is Swayam Bhagavan Sri Krishna actually who came in this age. So, what we get in Srimad Bhagavatam, Brahma didn't even see Vishnu. He heard his voice, I am coming. And generally, different incarnations on this universe are expansions of Kshirodakshay Vishnu. But Krishna is not an incarnation. Krishna is not an avatar. Krishna is the avatari. Kshirodakshay Vishnu is only his part. So, and we have also saw that when they went to Golok, saw Krishna, they saw different incarnations are coming and merging in Krishna's body, indicating that Krishna is the original Supreme Personality of Godhead.
Thank you.
Yes?
Is Vrindavan Krishna and Kurukshetra Krishna the same?
Yeah. Kurukshetra is between Dwarka and Vrindavan. Jagannath Puri, from one perspective, is Vrindavan, from another perspective, is Dwarka. It's in the middle. So, like as we are seeing, like the residents of Vrindavan meeting Krishna in Kurukshetra and taking him to Vrindavan. So, see how it is in the middle between Dwarka and Vrindavan. Yeah, but this is Vasudev Krishna who is aspiring to be in Vrindavan. The original actually, as Jiva Goswami pointed out, Vrindavanang parittajya kutra kadapi na rachyati. The son of Nanda Maharaj, he never leaves Vrindavan. That is Jogamaya's arrangement. They're thinking, you see, like when they meet Krishna, they feel it's a dream. They're meeting Krishna, but they feel it, they're dreaming. Krishna is gone. In a dream, they're meeting Krishna. It appears to be like a dream. And as it has been also established, that when Akrura was taking Krishna Balaram went back from that point, Jamuna, when he went to take bath, went back to Vrindavan, and Mathuresh Krishna or Vasudev Krishna came and sat there. Okay, any other question? Yes, go ahead.
I have a question about, I heard you said that sometimes the demons merge with Krishna's body, and I've heard that elsewhere too, and I'm confused by that, because don't they go back to, you said they go back to Goloka, but merging into their Krishna's body,
merging into Krishna's body means they get the same form as Krishna. They get Sarupya Mukti. This is not Sajujya Mukti. Merging into Krishna's effulgence. They are actually getting the same kind of body as Krishna's body.
So it's not like the Brahma Jyoti with
not Brahma. No, there are different types of liberation. Right. One is Sarupya, Shalakya, Samipya, Shashti, and Sajujya. The Sajujya is the negative liberation. Losing one's identity or form, one merges in the bodily effulgence of Krishna. But other four kinds of liberations are personal liberations. Not the other one is impersonal liberation, and this is a personal liberation.
They take his form. They get a body like.
They get a body. They get a spiritual body. Okay. Yes.
Can we conclude that Krishna came 5,000 years?
That real Krishna who came 5,000 years ago by him, the Krishna himself, that we can take him.
Not real Krishna, sir. Brajendra Nandan Krishna.
Brajendra Nandan Krishna, yes.
Who is the source of all incarnation, who is not an incarnation.
Right. So can we conclude that we can conclude that it is according to Garga Samhita that Brajendra Krishna came 5,000 years in this yuga, and all the other Krishna who came according to Srimad Bhagavatam maybe.
No, Bhagavatam also is speaking about the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Krishna, or Brajendra Nandan Krishna. Right. So, it's Brajendra Nandan Krishna is, the thing is, the other incarnations that Krishna is saying, Sambhavami Juge Juge, I appear in different yugas, every yuga, not only one form, many incarnations. Right? Avatara hi asankhayo. Asankha means countless incarnation. But Krishnastu Bhagavan Swayam. Bhagavatam is establishing that Krishna. Who is that Krishna? Actually, this Hindi song says it very nicely. It's a perfect conclusion. I think this song is composed by one of Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur's Hindi-speaking disciples. कृष्णा जिनका नाम है, गोकुल जिनका धाम है, ऐसे श्री भगवान को बारंबार प्रणाम है. जशोदा जिनकी मैया है, नंद जी बपैया है. You see, कृष्ण जिनका उनका धाम क्या कहाँ है? गोकुल जिनका धाम है. मैया कौन है? बपैया कौन है?
Nanda.
Not Devaki and Vasudeva. Right? So that is the original Krishna. And the thing is that not only that we are getting it in Garga Samhita, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu revealed it in the most wonderful way. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has given the perfect understanding of original Supreme Personality of Godhead, Sri Krishna. Radha bhavoddhuti shubalitang nomi Krishna Swarupa. Krishna has appeared with Radharani's bhav and to reveal the identity of Radha, Madhava, Krishna. Radhanath Krishna. This Krishna is Radharani's beloved. Radharani's. This Krishna is always with Radharani.
Thank you.
So original Supreme Personality of Godhead is Krishna of Vrindavan. And his eternal consort is Radharani. This Krishna expands as Vasudev. Radharani becomes Satyabhama. This Krishna expands as Narayan. Radharani, that potency, becomes Lakshmi. This Krishna expands as Ramchandra. Radharani's, this potency, expands as Sita Devi. So Krishna expands, Radharani expands. The original Krishna is Krishna of Vrindavan. Original pleasure potency is Srimati Radharani.
Thank you.
Yes. Okay, since you have the mic here.
But just one more quick question.
Yeah.
I forgot, you mentioned Lord Balram stayed in the womb for 5 days. That was for Mother Devaki or for Mother Rohini?
Rohini's. When he went to transferred to Mother Rohini's womb,
Okay.
he stayed for 5 days.
So rest of the time he was in Mother Devaki's womb.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, so just
For
towards the,
7. Yeah. It is actually, if I'm not mistaken, Bhagavatam says he stayed there for 7 months.
okay.
Yes. Okay.
So, Guru Maharaj, like Krishna came as a 8th son and 6 childs were killed. So, is there any pastime behind that? Why
What's that?
Like six sons before Krishna and Balram got killed.
Okay.
So, is there any pastime for
Yeah.
that?
Yeah. These Satgarbhas were the sons of Hiranyaksha. And they wanted to become, they were performing austerities to become king. So comes Hiranyakashipu became very upset, thinking that, they're going to take over my position. So therefore, he cursed them that you'll be killed by your own father. So Kalnemi became Kamsa, and these Satgarbhas and demigods knew that they were actually under the ocean in a slumber, in a state of slumber after that curse. So then they placed them in Devaki's womb, knowing that he's destined to be killed by. No, I'm sorry, I made a mistake. Like, not Hiranyaksha's sons, Kalnemi's sons. And Kalnemi became Kamsa, and they were killed by Kamsa in the next life. Yes, you have a question?
When after killing Kamsa, Krishna feel that in Vrindavan, Radha and Nand Maharaj, Yashodamai, feeling separation and loneliness, then he sent Uddhava, right, to console
I haven't
them.
come to that far.
No,
We'll come later.
But I'm saying,
Yeah.
but I heard that Krishna never left Vrindavan, right? But Krishna, after
As I'm saying, Krishna never leaves Vrindavan, but the residents of Vrindavan feel that Krishna left. That's Jogomaya's arrangement. Because the separation, the feeling of separation intensifies the loving relationship. Viraha intensifies the milan, the union. So they have that feeling of separation, and then when they meet Krishna, that meeting becomes 1,000 times more relishable. But when they meet with Krishna, but then later they feel, oh, Krishna actually left, we are dreaming. And it will come afterwards, in description it will come, what happened, how Kamsa was killed by Krishna, and what happened, how Uddhava was sent, this all there.
Thank you.
Yeah, go ahead.
The first one is from Kirti Kumari Mataji. She is saying that although Brahma was the first being instructed by Lord himself, and Vishnu is considered all-knowing, so when they heard about that, Krishna is asking which universe they are coming, so why they were surprised? Is it a pastime, or is it for educational purpose? And for the devotees, is it like depending upon their level of surrender?
It is both. Pastimes and at the same time educational to the devotees, so that we understand what is our situation. There's not only one earth planet. This earth planet is a part of the universe. And this is not the only universe. There are innumerable universes. And those universes are floating like a tiny little fruits, like blueberries in the causal ocean. So, if those pastimes are not there, could we possibly understand that? No. Through these pastimes, we are actually becoming aware of. Alright, Kirti Kumari?
There's one more question, Maharaj. Question is Garg Samhita only about Krishna's pastimes?
Well, Krishna's pastimes with his devotees. Like only by Krishna's pastimes means what? Only Krishna is there and no one else. So he is doing his pastimes. Many other personalities are involved. Isn't Kamsa involved in the pastimes? Aren't all those demons involved? Are all those devotees involved? Are all the residents of Vrindavan involved? Yeah. Krishna is performing his pastimes and the whole universe, whole creation is involved.
There was a third question, Guru Maharaj. I think you already answered that if Krishna never leaves Vrindavan, then why do gopis feel the separation?
Yeah. That's the secret. That Goswamis are explaining in this way. That it is Jogomaya's arrangement. Krishna never leaves, but they feel that Krishna left. But, yeah. But in Golok, Krishna never leaves. It's a Bhauma Vrindavan, that is feeling. And that also there is a background. Sridhama actually cursed Radharani. He'll be separated from Krishna for 100 years. But that was, again, another pastime. Okay. Oh, yeah, okay. Kita Kirti, just give the phone to her.
Hare Krishna Guru Maharaj. Do the principal queens of Krishna also coexist in the spiritual world? If yes, do they reside in Golok Vrindavan?
Just as there is Dwarka here, there is Dwarka there in the spiritual world. And in Dwarka there are queens. Yes.
Thank you.
Yes. Give her the mic.
My daughter always have a question. She always asks, so what is the difference between Golok and Gokul? She says Gokul is always Golok. Vrindavan is Golok. And even I have a question. So which Krishna lives in Golok?
You see, there is the pastimes on the earth planet. The same spiritual world comes down here. As it was mentioned, like as I mentioned, Radharani didn't want to leave Vrindavan, so Krishna arranged that Vrindavan would come here. So, this is not different. The difference is that in Golok, Krishna's pastimes is going on, without these kind of arrangements. Like Krishna is growing, Krishna is born. There, Krishna's birth pastimes are not there. Krishna's childhood pastimes are not there. There, Krishna is Nitta Navakishore, eternally youthful personality, 15 years old. Right? Whereas here, Krishna is born and he grows and he has his childhood pastimes. Right? There, those pastimes are not there. Right? Here, Krishna kills the demons. The demons, there are impressions. They feel, oh, you remember? Kamsa sent Trinavarta and this happened. Like they have a recollection, but that Trinavarta episode is not there. They even feel that, Kamsa is going to send somebody to kill, to harm Krishna. This we can see also in Brihad Bhagavatamrita. Brihad Bhagavatamrita, when Gop Kumar, the cowherd boy, who was going to the spiritual world, when he arrived there, embracing Krishna, when Krishna came and embraced him, both of them ran to meet and they embraced, and Krishna fainted. So the residents of Vrindavan started to think, maybe this is one of the Kamsa's associates who has come to harm. So this feeling is there, although it's in the spiritual world. Okay. Hare Krishna.